Rare Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
And I know this, and any fan of any sort will want to know this. While we own award shows, a great transition. 95.
Woo!
Right?
Woo!
you were screaming.
Yeah, I was happy as a motherfucker. You been in on the awards before? A motherfucker ever told you to come up on the awards? Let a motherfucker tell you come walk up here with me.
But listen,
I didn't even hear him when he said come up.
I just thought at that point you was like, because it's not the internet. Yeah. We don't have bios.
Yeah, man, they better be glad with no Instagram and all that shit.
I'm thinking in my mind, like, you like Tupac to me at this. I'm like, who is this wild nigga? Like, why is he?
Listen.
Like, why is he screaming? Like,
happy as a motherfucker. Now that I look at it, I can explain the shit.
But you was a teenager.
Yeah, for sure.
None of us knew that.
I was 16, tall as a motherfucker. I wasn't this fat and shit.
That's crazy.
I had a head full
of
hair. Well, I was pretty as a motherfucker. This man, and I didn't hear when Suge said come up on the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean? One of the homies was like, Suge said come up. He said come up. Whoa, shit.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Because it was the awards.
Right.
It was the first year of the awards. I knew what it was. Mm-hmm. And I had that opportunity to walk up
and
on the stage.
And this the source.
It's the source.
This is us.
Yeah, I'm hollering because I'm going up there, right?
Right. I'm
actually not hollering because everything Suge saying.
Did you even hear it?
Hell yeah, I'm hearing it. But I'm in the middle of hollering already. I'm woo! And this nigga going, we in New York, and this nigga saying, if you don't want to da-da-da-da come to that, I'm like, woo! In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, but it was what it was. I wasn't scared.
Right.
Because I wasn't with the team that was scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I heard people tell this story different. Your account was, no, we came out there 150 deep.
What was somebody else's account?
People always talk like, we in New York, we outnumbered, but if all these niggas ain't together.
Who said that?
Every story I wrote, have y'all heard that?
You can say, first off, we were with respect.
Okay.
Because we got to go respectful with this because Danny Boy got out of seat. What was we talking about? And I'll be in New York. And my motherfucker team ain't deep. So,
it ain't the same thing.
Oh, that shit is not the same. So to answer that though,
yeah,
we was 150 something deep every time we rolled.
Mm.
That wasn't no new shit.
Right.
Every time we rolled, it was okay. Suge and his artists and a bunch of Suge homies that he helped get out of jail. And these niggas was happy to be on the road. He putting them in nice cars, giving them an opportunity. So it was a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just because it was a blood or Crip thing. It was beautiful because you knew that these guys came from the hood, from where he came from, and he was giving them an opportunity. And they would bust an apple open for him because they knew that if he said, get that motherfucking seed from out of that apple,
yeah,
they was going to go get it.
Right.
Yeah.
How much were you familiar with their previous issues, Suge and Puffy's?
And there wasn't no previous issues. I don't think it was like
the Atlanta shit had happened already.
I mean, I was there around. I was there during that time.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was a part of the label, and I knew Jake.
Okay,
I knew Jake. Rest in peace.
That's crazy. And
I was on the label then.
And I think the other guy that was involved in that situation would be Wolf, and he's no longer living. But going to New York, is it okay? Let me ask you this: had you guys visited? You didn't visit, but had you rolled with Pac yet to visit Tupac prior to the award show?
Had I rolled with Suge?
Because you used to sit across the street in the restaurant.
Exactly. And I never visited. I never had an opportunity.
But you went with Suge while he was going to visit.
I was there across the street, didn't know that that's what he was doing, but I sat in the restaurant while he was over there, whatever deals he was making, I was in the restaurant.
Now, had any of these meetings happened prior to the award show?
Yes.
So.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Had any of those meetings happened prior to Not really. I think it was.
But they were in communication.
I think they were in communication, and Suge had already had in mind and in plans that Pac was coming over to death row, and Suge was starting to push the line that Pac was coming. So I don't think we had went and visit.
Because people always say about the line at Puffy, but I don't think I'm a rap nerd, so I like to make every correlation.
Yeah, you know this shit too, man. I must say, you coming up with some shit. Yeah, so you got your tooth pulled when you was 4 years old. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, actually, who told you that?
So he Pac is in jail, and Suge is basically bigging Pac up. It's obvious that he has Pac back, and Pac is all over the Above the Rim soundtrack, but people don't really pay attention to that. So he has Death Row releases.
And to my understanding, Pac and Death Row and Snoop and all those guys, they weren't on Interscope, so they already had a working relationship. It just was Pac was directly on Interscope, and Suge went over there and got him when they left him.
Yeah, and so Suge is on the stage, and Suge says, I want to give a shout out to the homie Pac. Keep your head up. So it's like, okay, we already know some weird shit happened in New York. Pac had did the Vibe interview where he changed the names of people and all of this, right? So this whole situation is very intense. You up there yelling, you know what I'm saying? And he says, and these is aggressive people on the stage too. Like everybody's not
aggressive on the stage, but it's a whole lot of aggressive motherfuckers all in the rafters too.
Right.
Yeah.
And Suge says the infamous, if you don't want your producer all in the video, come to Death Row. Walking off that stage and getting back into the crowd.
Right there.
What was the environment like?
Shit. I don't know if
was it penitentiary tense?
Not at
to
all.
me, it seemed like you could just cut it with a knife.
I mean, like we there, but a lot of people misconstrued the whole. It was an East Coast West Coast situation, right? I don't recall that. Why I don't recall that? Because we went to New York a lot. And Suge had a lot of homies and friends that was in New York. You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't seem to be a problem with New York. It seemed to be a problem between maybe Puffy and Suge or Bad Boy and Death Row. But it was made like it's an East Coast, West Coast thing, don't go here. Bullshit.
Right.
It was people like Wu-Tang and all those kind of guys getting ready to come over to Death Row for Suge to manage them.
Right, I remember that.
You know what I mean? He went over on the East Coast helping with artists like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci, helping them go get a check in the beginning.
That's a fact.
So it's kind of hard to say it was an East Coast, West Coast thing. And all of the pretty bitches was in New York.
Right,
like, what nobody said, we not going to no fucking New York. Like, we mad at y'all, we not coming over there. Bullshit, we in Brooklyn.
We in Brooklyn.
I remember knocking on project doors and shit, like, let's go in this motherfucker, see how many motherfuckers we can get. Knocking on project doors, bro.
Wow.
And they was coming out of there by the droves, getting in limos.
Damn. Yeah. Pac coming home, and they're starting to cover this, right, as an East Coast, West Coast beef.
Yeah.
I got to always say this.
Sell records. I ain't mad at that.
But we always got to hold the people responsible. Now that I'm a journalist and doing journalistic work, I like to say that, he admitted it, but Kevin Powell was being irresponsible with Vibe. A lot of people was being irresponsible with their journalism. It was like the first Instagram.
Yeah, no doubt.
We couldn't wait to get the next publication, and the headline was everything. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And so, Pac getting released and getting out. I don't know if I heard this story right, or I don't know if you was there, but he passed out.
Yeah, I was right there.
You was right there.
I put that in my book, Stranded on Death Row.
Yeah.
So he get to the back door of the studio of Can-Am. Everybody's in the inside waiting for Pac to come in. He get out of the limousine. He step about 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam! That motherfucker fell straight on his face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think he was anxious? Do you think?
Hell yeah.
That's
anxiety.
What it was. It was just anxiety.
I just had an anxiety attack the other day, so shit. If I can look at it now, for sure, the nigga, he had anxiety like a motherfucker. And I seen it with my own eyes. Like, it wasn't no crack, no drugs, and no shit like that. He had been smoking, had been drinking.
Yeah.
And he was at a time, man, dude just got out of jail.
By
the way, he was just welcome into the largest family that was around. Death Row Records wasn't nothing no bigger than that. So that's some shit to make you want to pass out.
It is.
Yeah, coming from a cell to some shit like that.
How long did it take him to get in the groove?
To get
Pac.
into shit. When Pac got up off the ground, I remember them talking and motherfuckers laughing and wiping them out, throwing some water on them. When Pac entered that studio and got in that studio, there was no turning back.
It was on.
Nigga, every artist around. every artist around had to be jealous. Okay, let me just say me.
Right.
All right, I mean, maybe I was jealous, and I'm just speaking and being transparent.
No,
But
that
don't
probably was
play
everybody.
like I'm the only motherfucker that's
It was
looking
probably
like
everybody, yeah.
everything around is about Pac.
Right.
What removed that jealousy was that even though it was about Pac still shined that shit on everybody around.
Else.
Man, he had everybody in the studio, niggas you never heard of.
I never heard niggas after him. You know what I'm saying?
And he put him in the
never heard
booth
none of
and
them
get him
niggas-
16.
I never heard none of them niggas afterwards. Like,
The song lasts 10 motherfucking minutes on the album, and he let him rap 5 minutes of it.
and Suge got Pac with the green light. He can do what he want to do.
And it was amazing, man. Him working on this double album and him putting artists on, and me working in Can-Am. I'm in A or B studio, and he's in A or B studio, whichever one they had it. And I remember times, man, him coming in the booth while I'm recording. I know that they got records. I know that they got tapes with Pac on there, coming in the studio like joking and making noises and shit and irritating me.
Right.
Because I won't come and get off the motherfucking mic and go in the back and get on the microphone. Hey, DB, come here.
Yeah.
Come here. All right, man, come on. Get the fuck off the mic.
Yeah.
And he be doing all kinds of silly shit and tell me while I'm recording, come in the back, let's do something. And that's how I got in the back and I did songs like I Ain't Mad at You. And picture me rolling.
So if he's telling you to come in there,
Yeah.
in that room,
Yeah.
was you in the whack room?
No, they ain't. Hell no. But nothing. So the thing
So it's
was,
3 studios.
So the whack room is what they kind of call, right? I forgot who came up with that. Somebody took credit for the other day. Like niggas take weird credit.
Was it LT Hutton?
What,
He was
came-
in the whack room.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it was that took the credit for it. I don't give a fuck who came up with the name of the room, but the room was a little production room. And it was either some artists, producers that was around that really wasn't quite on. And them actually came some hits out of that room.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
no, but that room was a room that was on the side, but I was in the main studio.
Okay.
As I told you, I was like the son of Suge Knight.
Right,
So
right.
motherfucker was kind of mad at me anyway because, I'm in the A room every day.
Right.
You're not getting in this motherfucker if I want to get in the studio. I'm in there eating hot wings, listening to motherfucking records. Fuck is you talking about? No, you can't get in here. So I can imagine why some niggas don't speak to me.
Yeah, I could too.
Well, my fault, I was fucking 15, 16. Imagine that.
Youngster.
Yeah, and
What
them
was-
hot wings was good. Go
What
ahead.
was the vibe of, or what was Dr. Dre fading prior to Pac getting there?
I could see. It's kind of hard to see that transition because Dr. Dre was like, again, like the surgeon that he only came in when it was time to do some surgery, so to say.
Right.
You never really seen Dr. Dre. Dre had his
So
own
Dr. Dre
compound.
never just hung out at Death Row.
Hell no. I ain't never seen Dre in the studio. Just when Dre came, all kinds of shit changed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If Dre wasn't there, like Snoop and them be fighting dogs in the motherfucking booth. It's blood in motherfucking where 2 dead dogs in the motherfucking back. God damn it, all kinds of shit. Motherfuckers fucking in the front booth. Dr. Dre come there. It is the most
Ain't none of that shit.
professional motherfucking place. Niggas kind of get in their vibe. They're not finna let you in the studio.
How many times did you work with Dre?
I've worked with Dre only once on one song.
Is it
And
true?
it was real light.
It was real light.
Yeah, but man,
so
quicker than
did you have the
Dolly
experience?
Parton marriages.
What everybody else say?
What?
Is it to do it again? Did you have that, Dre?
But, yeah. When you say do it again, like what's that?
Dre said, people say is no matter what you do when you do it with Dre, he's gonna tell you to do it again.
Man, that's every producer.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking shit? That
They
ain't
said
nothing to
Dre
claim.
is a perfectionist though.
Oh, no.
Say it like this.
I mean, Quick is too. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to differentiate. I think working with a great producer, you're gonna get that.
Did Quick not get enough credit during
For
Death
sure.
Row?
For doing Death Row and doing right now. For sure. For sure. That man's amazing.
He is.
Amazing. And not only amazing producer, an amazing person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. Because you meet a lot of people in this shit that's gifted, but
Mm-hmm.
but like they hard ain't shit.
Right. Right.
And
Man,
they
that's
emptied in the
crazy.
motherfucking inside.
That's crazy. You're right.
Yeah.
As Dre is not as much present, it doesn't really matter that much, right? Because the hits is still coming out. But of course, Pac felt a certain way because Dre wasn't there.
Yeah.
And of course, Pac being the hip hop guy that he is,
Yeah.
he's expecting to work with Dr. Dre probably in the same
Nah,
way
I
Ice
think he
Cube
could have
worked.
worked. I think he could have worked with him. I think he was kind of mad that everybody else around felt like they couldn't work with Dre.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, yeah. Pac
So
would've-
Pac was just
he was rallying for everybody
For
else.
the
I
people.
believe. Yeah, for real. That's what I believe. I don't even think it was about him. Like he fucking got a song, took a song. Like what? You gonna tell him no? I don't think I can recall him saying he wanted to work with Dr. Dre and Dre said no, I ain't coming to the studio.
y'all got the best technology, of course, because this is Death Row.
Yeah.
It's 95. is this real to real, or is
We
these,
real to
or is
real.
these dats?
We real to real that, and we created that whole Pro Tools shit over at Death Row. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say we created it, but we was the ones that put that shit to work. All that shit you hear, Dr. Dre slamming doors and shit, and Welcome to Death Row, all
Right,
that shit.
right.
You used to have to rent a whole rig.
Yeah.
That motherfucker came in a big ass box that you had to rent in the studio, and you had to get a certain motherfucker that could only run Pro Tools. That when it came out. So yeah, I think they paved the
I
way for a
didn't
lot
even
of
know
shit.
Pro Tools was out then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn.
For sure.
That's crazy.
For sure.
So, but like, so I mean, and that was, I was leading this question up into like, if it was real to real or Pro Tools, somehow y'all ended up with No Diggity beat.
It was kind of remade. We ain't end up with it. Suge
Yeah.
heard the damn beat with In the Scope. Jimmy Iovine played it
And
for him.
he took it though,
I
physically.
mean, he came in with the motherfucker, remake this shit. We finna do something. We finna do Toss It Up to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you jumping on Toss It Up.
I'm jumping on any motherfucking thing they say coming out.
So, when are you but No Diggity hasn't dropped.
Nah. We was getting ready to drop right on their ass, right with them.
And this song, Pocket's taking shots.
Yeah.
No More Dre Day, Arriva Dirce.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took y'all beat because y'all wasn't rocking it right.
Yeah. I didn't say that, y'all. Dre, I didn't say that. I already got problems. Snoop think I'm saying some shit. I didn't say that.
But that shit happened. Are you aware what's going
Hell
on?
yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Suge said record. I'm in the studio with Casey and JoJo, Pac on the song, and Aaron Hall.
I'm going in.
Man, fuck everybody and fuck what they thinking about. Yes, I'm in here recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do my part. That's me singing all the hot shit.
Right.
I'm excited as a motherfucker.
How much if this is the center, how much of Danny Boy Stewart is turning into Danny Boy, the kind of Death Row thug? Are you thugging a little bit at Death Row?
What you mean when you say that?
Like, because if you get there, this is human.
Yeah.
It's a certain amount of power associated with being.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Suge's son at this time.
I come up around power. So you know.
So
what I
it
mean?
didn't affect you.
So it didn't. I can't say it didn't affect me. I just know I've always knew what button I could push and couldn't push.
Because I hear you saying in this interview a couple times, I wasn't worried about shit.
No,
and
I
in my
wasn't.
mind, I'm
Even not
thinking
today.
you wasn't worried about shit.
Not today neither.
Yeah, okay.
Not
So
today
it's
neither.
just you.
It's just me.
Right, okay,
Like I
okay.
come up around some dudes, like I might know I'm me. I try to be me,
Right.
100% organically me. But I got some niggas that if those are the problems that you want,
Right.
I got some niggas that really love me, that they love those kind of problems. Maybe y'all should meet. And then,
Y'all
I like
go,
singing.
y'all go hang out.
You know,
man.
but if you want some rah-rah shit, like
Right.
I got some guys that really love that shit.
Right,
Like
right.
leave me the fuck alone.
Right, I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
So, what was Snoop like at this time? I mean, I could imagine, if Scottie Pippen, well, I won't say Scottie Pippen, if a draft pick
Yeah.
had came in and turned into Michael Jordan on
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. If
Yeah.
if that would be my analogy to what
That's
Snoop
a good way to
is.
put it.
It's the biggest rapper in the world.
That's a good way to put
The
it.
most famous guy that ever touched a mic,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And here comes Tupac.
Here come Tupac loud.
No
ass.
matter what relationship they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Pac, Snoop seemed like very welcoming and he wanted that team thing.
Yeah.
But I also saw a side of Snoop that didn't want the beef shit. Like, as far as it seemed like he wanted to be cool with, he spoke on it in public, like
Spoke on what?
wanting to be cool with bad boy people.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. I mean,
this is when I have to digress.
okay.
No,
well,
but I'm not. No, I'm
in
not gonna stop
public
you
he
from
said
saying-
it.
Yeah.
So
what
he
said, what
said,
year was
this is part of the, getting on the plane, putting the blanket over his head, having to leave his bodyguard and going with Suge and Pac because he spoke on the radio and said he didn't have no problem with them. He had love for them.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that Snoop spirit. I mean, I can't say I know him like that.
Right.
First off, but you know what I mean. Like, out of hearing him and seeing his demeanor, and being around and knowing that he did that interview, that was something that had Suge and them kind of pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And it would, because everything that's rolling out of Death Row, we either roll on their ass, they rolling with us, or we rolling over them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So imagine him going to do that. But That's a mature move. Now that I look at it as a man, you know what I mean. I don't that's organic. If that's what it was, and you saying that because again, Snoop come up, you know, he was just as big as Pac was.
Yes.
So I'm sure there was East Coast and West Coast relationships that people just didn't want to affect and not have anything to do with.
Absolutely.
But you know, for me, that's one way. You know, that's not a two-way street. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Dre, again, is kind of like, you know, exiting a little bit, and everybody, the world kind of knows it, right? Yeah. And then at one point it was announced, but going back just a little bit when Pac first getting there, Dre didn't want Pac on California Love.
That's what I heard. I don't think he didn't want him on California Love. I think Dre was using that for his album.
It wasn't intended for Pac.
Right, it wasn't intended for Pac album.
But everything was green for Pac.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if Pac wanted, he get it.
And I don't know if he was kind of moving with that, but like it kind of make more sense.
It made a lot of sense.
Everybody was checking for Pac. Like, so, you know, you working on your album, do you want to come in here and sing on this motherfucking album that's finna come out?
And then, because, you know, for a young man, you seeing a lot of shit. I don't know what your take on it is. I kind of think about what my take would be. I'm going to be honest with you. If they would have signed me to Death Row, I probably wouldn't have been as strong as you. I would have got lost in the sauce.
Oh, I got lost.
Oh, okay. Because it was too much shit going on.
I got lost. I wasn't a church boy. Like, I said church boy. I wasn't over there just praying.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus, when the shit was going on.
I just mean as far as, like, you seeing so much. And I'm still at Dr. Dre, right? So I'm thinking, like, that's, like, Miss LA is his baby's mom.
Miss LA, the singer.
The singer.
Yeah, her.
Miss LA is his baby's mom.
Yeah, her.
Right? Something in my heart.
Her. Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
She starts to transition into being Suge's something. I don't know what they were.
His girl. That was his
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at one time she called a little shots for Death Row, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she fucked up Death Row. But we're not supposed to talk about that no more. But yeah, that's her.
Yeah. But so when you see things like this happening, right? Like what's going on in young Danny Boy's mind? Like, damn. Are you thinking like, damn, she for everybody, or are you thinking like,
oh, she definitely was for everybody in my mind. Like, the fuck else you gonna judge it? Like, if she from our hood, I'm not finna make it special because it's her.
Right.
No, she for everybody. I know she was with him, but like, I was with Suge when he was picking her up and you know, sneaking her right around the corner. She had a townhouse right around the corner from Can-Am. Yeah, so yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
so that sneaky link shit ain't just come up. That shit been linking.
It been going on.
Yeah.
And you
old school sneaky link.
You yourself have known to been a sniper, right? And I don't know, some of these are by accident. But one in particular story that I thought was very interesting.
You funny because you know this shit too. I need to speak to the director. Where the fuck is this? Where is this teleprompter at? Where the fuck is this teleprompter? No, go ahead, my bad.
The Mary J. Blige thing.
Man.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. With me, I would have gave you all my young bitches to switch with you at the moment.
Shit.
I would have let you have all my young hoes to have Mary J. Blige.
Wow.
When you had and that is a very real, like, situation because you wasn't pressing nobody. So, these ladies, first of all, I don't think nobody knew how old you were.
Yeah, let's clear that up because even when I talked in the interview, you know, people were thinking I was trying to like Me Too Mary or some shit like that. Here you go. Thinking I was trying to Me Too her when I said something about it. And I was really just talking shit around the campfire. You know what I mean? A lot of people attacked me in my interview. They was like, man, I wouldn't have never, you a bitch ass nigga. I wouldn't have never said nothing if I fucked Mary. And my reply to them was, you never fucked Mary.
You never fucked Mary.
So
nigga.
you don't know what the fuck. Yes, the fuck you would, because I seen you post that ugly ass bitch on your page. Like, so don't tell me what the fuck you won't do. If you wouldn't, you posting the wrong bitch.
Stay all blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil'